This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
And welcome back, everyone. What we say to others and ourselves makes so much more of a difference in our lives. Actually, charters, it's like our GPS, and you might not even be realizing it, what we're saying and how we should reframe those things that we say to ourselves. We're going to talk about that today. And this all comes under the category of energy. And I love that she harnesses the power of that as a transformational life coach. Many life coaches out there, it's all good. But when you blend the understanding of energy, which we all are, the result is different when you blend that with coaching. Donna Day joins us on the program. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you? It's so great to be back.
Great to have you back here. And I'm happy we're digging into this, because when I started figuring out what energy was, I had like a couple of moments where, forever I would be listening to songs from Bob Marley. He's got one song called Positive Vibration. And you hear these terms like, hey man, positive vibes, and would never even make the connection that vibration is energy, because energy creates a vibration. And then once you figured that out, you go a little bit deeper. Higher vibration is a better way of living, as opposed to the lower vibration. But I mean, I'm just, I'm rolling off the top of my head when it comes to energy, but it's everything. It's everything in our lives, right?
It is. It's everything that flows. It's music. It's how you put yourself out in the world. It's money. It's job. It's how you communicate. There's so many different areas and levels of different vibration, but ultimately, vibration really refers to the energy and frequency that something carries. So as we said, it could be multiple different things. And what I would love to talk today is how your words are vibrations and what you put out there, and how you end up attracting how you sometimes phrase things or use certain words without even realizing it. So like vibrational words, they uplift and they inspire and they expand us. But low vibrational words, they tend to contract or drain or limit us. So you can kind of think of it as like tuning into a radio. So like high vibes bring in clear, beautiful music. And then when you're at low vibes, you're bringing in static and noise.
Totally get it. And it go right. I think we even talked about this analogy. You go to a party, you walk in, and you say, it's kind of heavy here. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to tell him I got a text. I got to leave early today. Or you walk in and, wow, it feels good. It's better than I thought. Probably it's the collective vibration of the people in the room. One was higher, one was lower. And I've actually done this where I'll go somewhere and I'll walk from the parking lot to the building. And it could be, I've tried this at the gym, and I just think to myself, raise your vibration. In my mind, raise your vibration, positivity, raise it up, I want to feel, positive vibration. People I see all the time, strangers, they look at me different. It's the weirdest thing. They'll be smiling. Hey, how you doing? Well, I'm fine. How you doing? Nothing was different other than me and my mindset of thinking a positive vibration. It's not like I walked in with a cheesy, grin on or anything like that. It's just the vibration, what you are vibrating. And that's the other part of it. We're vibrating. It's back to the radio station analogy. We're like little transmitters sending out vibration. Wouldn't you want to send a positive one out because you want to get a positive one back, right?
Exactly. I mean, it can be as simple as this. Like a lot of people tend to use the words like, I want this or I need this. But just by changing your words to something as simple as I would love this, you're raising the vibration of what you want to attract. So there's a lot of different little phrases that you could use. I mean, another real example is, instead of saying, like I said, I need this or I need to do this, you can do something as simple as I get to. So it's like more positive, no matter what the thing is. So just by tweaking your words, just by the littlest bit, you're raising your vibration. But at the same time, you're still saying what you wanted to say or intended to say, just in a more uplifting way.
Yeah. How about this one? I gotta go I have to go pick up my kid later. Yeah, I have a great day at the beach, but I have to go to work. I
Yeah.
understand the intent, but imagine if you didn't have a job. Imagine if your kid had some physical challenges at that sports event and they never played sports. They never did fun things that they enjoyed, fun things. If they, were in a challenging situation. So no, to your point, yeah, I get to go pick up my child later, more of a positive. Why don't we talk about the things that we shouldn't say or how to reframe certain things? Here's one that I try to squash every time, and it comes from a good place. So I can't wait until we go out to dinner later on. I can't wait.
Wait,
Now,
yeah.
the intent is I'm excited for us to go out to dinner, but why can't you wait? How about I am so looking forward to going to dinner with you and trying that new restaurant? It's more
Exactly. Or
positive.
even, yeah, it just by tweaking one or two words, it takes a completely different vibration. And then you're going to start attracting more, positive things instead of having, sometimes people get in that bad, they call it bad luck chain,
Oh,
where one thing happens to the next, where, let's say, oh, the dishwasher broke, and then, oh, the car wouldn't start, or some type of chain effect like that. But
yep.
it's because usually it's like, oh, they're like putting the energy out that something bad's gonna happen. So by putting it out, you're attracting something bad that's gonna happen, instead of, like, let's say the dishwasher breaks and like, oh no, like this stinks. However, I'm so grateful that, I am able to replace it, or that the store had the one I needed in stock so I could get it in right away. Like, it's just about throwing that positive vibe out.
Absolutely. But it go back to you're you ask for it. You are
Yeah.
creating your own life. So yeah, it happens. You might spill coffee first thing in the morning. Whoops. Wipe it up. Move on. What do we do? Off. Really? I gotta change my pants now. My shirt. And what else is this? This is the way the day's going to go. This is going to be one of those days. Well, guess
Yeah.
what? You just asked for it. You said to the universe, "Give me more. Yeah, give me more of that. Let me spill more coffee. Have something negative happen. Bring it on. I want it. That I asked for it. Come on, bring it on here. You're going to get it. You're going to get
Yeah,
it."
because that's what you're focusing the energy on, instead of focusing it on it being like, oh man, but you know what? That's okay. This is happening, that's happening, and look more towards the positive. So, and a lot of people, I mean, there's certain phrases that are very thing, like, I'm trying
Mm,
to, get going, or I'm trying to do this. But, like, instead of saying trying, another word would be like, I am creating. you know it's just, thing, or like you said, I have to, and you could use I choose to, instead of, I have to, because it's more positive.
hmm.
So, and there's also like, I wish I could, but instead it's like, I'm grateful for this happening, and I know we've talked about this in previous ones as well, but it's just about getting those vibes up.
How about this one? But,
Oh, but
but. So pretty much every time that word is used, it negates what you said before it. Like you could say to somebody, "That's a really nice shirt you have on, but it might fit you a little bit better if you got a bigger size." Yeah, that it negated it. You could still say the same thing and add the word "and." That's a great shirt you have on. And might fit you a little bit better. and might
Yep.
fit you a little bit better if you have maybe a bigger size. If you need to say it in a positive way instead of the word but. And you know where I learned that from?
Where?
Little kids. They never say the word but.
Yeah.
It's always and. I went to the ice cream store and they had 32 flavors and I got the gummy worms on top and I had dirt. It's really, chocolate on top. And they never say bye. It's all about the end.
Yeah. So, but I mean, kids in general, they just kind of run at a higher vibration because they have that
Yeah.
innocence. It's about, holding on to the innocence, and when you get older, not losing it because of, different things you've gone through. So kids are a great example of high vibration. They're so excited about everything.
Totally. As we should be, about everything.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm-
You know, it,
how do we get in the mode of sticking to this? Yes, we can remind ourselves and I'm not going to use the word but, it'll slip in there every once in a while. Sometimes I say, I can't wait until then I correct myself. How do you get into that mode of just a higher vibration when it comes to the language you use?
I mean, the one thing I always tell my clients to start to like move towards this is that there's certain phrases that every individual tends to repeat over and over again. Like just like I have or I want this or so I always tell them to write those down and use a more high vibrational word and then it becomes more conscious in the brain that when they say it, they'll say, I want this. Oh, wait, no, I would love this. And then slowly you start to build the more positive, high vibrational words and phrases, but you don't do it all at once. Do baby steps, and then it will actually start to like, your mindset will start to shift, and that will just naturally come out instead of trying to change everything at once. And then, you're going to have vibes here and there, up and down.
You know what's interesting, Donna, as we're talking about this, I feel elevated. Like I'm not even kidding. I seriously mean that. We all go down a negative road, talking to ourselves, life in general, other people. Once you reel it in, and I know it just sounds, kind of woo and kind of cheesy. Okay, just be positive. I get that. But once you start doing it, just, even talking for 10 minutes here, I feel a little lift from this conversation. I really mean that. It's kind of weird.
Well, it's just it just hearing certain words just kind of uplift you. So it really is the words that you speak become like the house you live in is one of the best explanation I can describe. And what house do you want to live in? Do you want to live in the one that was abandoned, or do you want to live in, the one that has like the nice front yard and all that, So
Mm.
it's just by changing one day, just pick one, like just be more conscious about, what you're saying. And when you catch it, just change the word, and instantaneously that vibe will rise.
How about some other ones? Anything stand out for you of what we could substitute or change our language?
Let's see. I'm overwhelmed. You could change it to I'm inspired. So instead of bringing the vibe down of just life taking over, say I'm inspired because this is happening. Instead of like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed and like, how am I gonna get this and done? I'm off track and you can reword it as I'm in alignment or I'm moving towards alignment,
Hmm.
or would like to move towards alignment. So it just kind of depends on where you are yourself. This is one that a lot of people say, I never get it right.
Yeah, you,
So
you you
instead
don't
of
because
go,
you're just saying that. Of course you don't. Why would
yeah,
you?
But I hear that all the time. Like I'm never getting this right, or I can't get this right. But instead of saying that, you could be like, I'm making progress. So even though it's not going as quickly as you would like, every step you take, you're still making progress, even if you're not getting it the first time.
I have a
You
post-it
know?
note. I'm going to read it, and this is exactly what you're saying. And I have this in front of me, and it says, "I am moving in the direction of my greatest dreams."
Oh, I love that.
And then
I
just
really
it's
love
almost
that.
like a reset button to like remember old school GPS, recalculating. This is almost like a
Yes.
recalculating your path where I am moving in the direction of
Yep.
my greatest dreams.
Yep. It's true. I mean, and just instead of like actual phrases, just think of positive words, like love, joy, abundance, inspired, empowered, courage, freedom,
Mm,
radiant, thank you that you're blessed, growth, instead of, I mean, when you hear those words, it lifts you. But like now listen to, less vibrational words. Can't, never, stuck,
mm.
hard, struggle, hopeless, broke. All of a sudden, like the weights, your shoulders start to go down, because it's just like you're carrying that extra weight that you don't need.
You know what I heard recently, and it kind of surprised me. I always thought we're talking about vibration here, energy. I always thought that love was the highest vibration, but I'm hearing and would love your feedback on this that it's actually joy. Joy is above love, and that's the highest vibration. And the lowest vibration I thought would be sadness or unhappy, but I hear it's shame. That's the lowest vibration, from top to bottom, and all the other stuff is in between there. What do you think?
Uh, Shame, I would go shame slash guilt because
Mm-hmm.
guilt is the one that pulls people like, because it could be just guilt, that's what sticks with people. It's hard to overcome. That's why a lot of people can't forgive. Or feel like they shouldn't be forgiven. So those are like heavy weights, but shame goes right hand in hand with it. So I would definitely go
I'm
like shame slash guilt.
I'm on your page there. Yes, absolutely. And then I guess above that would be maybe sad. You know, as you go up the scale of vibration. Um,
Yeah,
but I guess what do you want? We all want to feel love. So I thought
yeah,
that was at the top, but ultimately you want to feel joy in your life, just true joy. I don't want happy is
yeah.
there, but joy is just like the ultimate. And you need love first before you can have joy. Joy is I'm kind of fleshing this out here, but that's what I'm thinking. That joy would be at the
I
top.
mean, people also, you got to realize that you create your own joy,
Yes.
and so a lot of people just feel like it should just be there, but you create your own joy. What makes you joyful, and some people might lean towards love, like, family and friends and different passions, but other people may lean more towards like success and abundance, so it's a little bit different for everyone.
Yep.
And that's what makes us all individuals. So it's just a matter of finding what that is for you.
Which is, it's, I believe, a big challenge because joy can come from different areas. Joy could be
Yeah,
part of living your purpose. Joy could be being truly authentic, who you really are. There's so many different things
yeah,
that would come into play, but definitely a high vibration. Definitely a
yeah,
high
it is
vibration.
joy. Yeah, joy is definitely, and like the one thing is that one way that you can actually reach all the different levels is being true to yourself, because then you're not, like we've talked in other segments, you're not trying to conform to anything, so you're not coming out of alignment or lowering your vibration to suit someone else or suit a situation. If you just stay true to yourself and what you believe and your core values, things just start to fall right into place. And that's where you reach those high vibrations.
What about the word deserve? I've been using that one a lot lately. Deserve. Like things you feel you deserve things. A lot of us, I feel, don't because of we're not being authentic, things that happen in our past, maybe our childhood, little T traumas, all of that. what about substituting the word deserve?
I mean, that's similar to like, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this. So it's more about like, you could say, I've worked hard for this, like you can move that in, or I am enough, or I've, kind of, I've moved in, I've done a lot of things and moved in this direction. So deserves like one of those that's like, I'm trying to think of an exact phrase of it. That one's a little bit tricky because it's more like I'm not enough, but I do deserve this. So it can be positive and it can be low vibrational because but I more for I would go with I'm grateful that I was given this, or I'm grateful all the hard work I've done has brought me here instead
Or
of just
is bringing me here. Let's
yeah,
say
bringing
let's say things haven't shown up,
yeah
but it's on your radar.
yeah
And that's, back to the vision board. It is
yeah,
done.
exactly.
I have three
No,
words.
but
It is done.
it's more being grateful for the things, and so I would go to gratitude when it comes to deserving.
Okay. I got something to think about today. Yeah. And I don't want to come from a place of entitlement with the word deserve.
Yeah.
I'm it's more of I'm worthy of what I
Yes,
feel should
that's
be coming
another.
my way.
Yes. So worthy, and like, grateful or blessed or, those words work great with that.
Did you write in your gratitude journal today, or will you tonight?
I do every night.
I did
Yep.
this morning, and I as I'm writing, I thought of you, and I was like, Donna said, try it at night. I'm like, so I'm going to circle back tonight and hit it
Oh,
up.
yeah,
Um,
I mean, some people are more morning people. Some people are, more night owls. I'm more of a night owl, so that's where my brain is working and most clear and all that. So that's why some people it's easier in the morning, some people at night. So it kind of just based where you're most alive, where you feel most alive, not like, oh, I'm gonna do this before work,
You're right. I get into that trap, and also when I first wake up, my dog wants to go out. So while I'm like, hold on, I can't tell you how many times in the morning I'm like, just lay down. It'll be a minute, and I'm writing in my journal as he's staring at me like, yes, when are we going
yeah.
outside? So I could probably do a better job at it if I did it. I'm gonna do it tonight. Definitely do it tonight. Um,
Yeah. Or you can do it in the afternoon too. It's where you can take like 5, 10 minutes to yourself. That's the best where you can ground yourself.
but fully focused in that moment. That's where I'm going
Exactly.
with that. Yep. This is just a piece of what you offer, high vibrations all around. And I just laugh at all these years. I've heard, positive vibes, good vibes, good. Hey, positive vibes for that surgery. Never connected it to energy. And that's what it is. It's all about energy. How do we find you? How do we connect with you?
You can connect on my website, which is www.donnadaytlc.com. That's great for signing up for strategy sessions if you want to see if you want to work together. You can also give me a call at 201-719-6991. And I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, so you can connect. I post daily there of different blogs and insights and stuff, and that's also Donna Day TLC.
Thank you for today. And very honestly, I mean this. Thank you for the high vibration. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I had a blast. So my
Likewise.
energy it has risen too. So I appreciate it. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you. Even better day ahead. It was all good. Now it's even
Yeah.
better. All right, we'll catch up. We'll catch up next time.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.